Marco Bezzecchi finally spoke out, revealing the truth behind his violent altercation with Marc Márquez at Mandelica. In an emotional, exclusive interview, Bezzecchi recounted how the collision occurred moments before his motorcycle was thrown off the track. His candid revelations sent the paddock into an uproar. Will Bezzecchi's confession open a new chapter in his heated rivalry with the 8-time world champion? Let's discuss. The 2025 Mandalika MotoGP race turned into major drama that shook the racing world. On the first lap at Turn 7, the most difficult and technical point on the circuit, Bezzecchi collided violently with Marquez. The incident ended both riders' races and left Marquez with serious injuries, forcing him to miss the next 2 rounds. After a wave of criticism and speculation, Bezzecchi finally spoke frankly with the media. After the race, he gave a candid interview in which he spoke out about the horrific incident at Mandelica that sent him and Marquez into the gravel. The Muni VR46 rider insisted that the collision was unintentional and beyond his control. He described how his rear tyre suddenly lost traction mid-corner, right as he was close behind Marquez. "I lost grip at Turn 7 and it all happened so fast," he said. "When the bike started sliding, I had no room to avoid it. The track was too narrow and Marc was right in front. It was an impossible moment to control," said Bezzecchi, his voice apologetic and his face still visibly shaken by the incident. Bezzecchi emphasised that there was no intentional aggression or dangerous manoeuvre. He was simply trying to maintain his position in a tight race where the riders were closely spaced and under constant pressure from behind. According to Bezzecchi, he lost grip on the downhill corner so suddenly that his bike slid out of control and hit the rear of Marquez's Ducati Bezzechi GP25. "I didn't even have time to think about it. Everything happened in a split second," he added. "Obviously, I'm very sorry. No one wants to see an accident like that, especially one involving a rider of Marc's calibre." In a sombre tone, Bezzecchi also expressed hope that Marquez would not sustain serious injuries. He admitted to speaking directly with the Gresini team after the race, demonstrating good faith and responsibility for what happened on the hot Mandelica track. The hard impact sent Marquez flying into the air and crashing into the gravel trap at high speed. The uneven elevation of the gravel area at Turn 7 in Mandelica made the impact of the fall even more severe. Medical examinations revealed a fractured right collarbone and shoulder ligament damage. Although surgery was not required, the Ducati Lenovo team confirmed that Marquez would miss the Australian and Malaysian MotoGP races. For Marquez, this was an old wound reopened. The Mandalika circuit has not been kind to him since its debut on the MotoGP calendar in 2022. Shortly after the race, Bezzecchi went directly to the Ducati paddock to apologise in person. "I know this wasn't just a normal incident. I take responsibility because I was too close and didn't have enough room to correct the situation. I'm very sorry for what happened, and I hope Marc recovers quickly," he said. His sportsmanship was widely appreciated, but he still received a lot of media attention. Ducati Lenovo manager Davide Tardozzi sharply criticised the incident. He thought Bezzecchi was too aggressive on the first lap when all the riders were still bunched together. "Incidents like this shouldn't happen so early in a race," he said. "All riders know that space is limited. Sometimes ambition must be tempered with calculation," he said firmly. Although he didn't name names, his remarks were clearly directed at Bezzecchi. The situation soon calmed down, though, after Francesco Bagnaia offered a calmer perspective. Bagnaia concluded that the incident was not solely the result of reckless manoeuvring, but rather the result of unavoidable technical factors. Bezzecchi lost grip while braking. In those conditions, the bike can shift in a split second. "It wasn't an attack, it was bad luck," Bagnaia explained. He believes that such risks are inherent in racing. In the first lap, the pressure is very high. Everyone wants to maintain their position, and with cold tyres, anything can happen, he added. Former MotoGP manager Carlo Pernat believes the public reaction to the incident would have been different if the positions had been reversed. If Marquez had hit Bezzecchi, the world would have reacted strongly. But Bezzecchi deserves credit for being honest and not blaming anyone, Pernat said. Pannat also highlighted the significant impact Marquez's absence had on the competitive tension this season. Without Marquez and Martin at the end of the season, the appeal of the top battle was slightly reduced. Such are the risks of this sport and the fine line between speed and tragedy. Bezzecchi called this incident the most expensive lesson of his MotoGP career. He admitted to being devastated by the incident, but is determined to use it as a turning point to become a more mature rider. Bezzecchi emphasised that he would conduct an in-depth evaluation with the team to prevent a similar incident from happening again. In MotoGP, calculations must be absolutely perfect. I learned that one small mistake can have a big impact on me, my opponents, the other teams, and the entire race, he said regretfully. Aprilia Racing issued an official apology through team boss Massimo Rivola. "We regret the incident. Marco didn't mean to offend anyone. However, we will conduct an internal evaluation to ensure this doesn't happen again," said Rivola. Meanwhile, the FIM announced that it would conduct a thorough technical inspection of the Mandelica circuit. The focus will be on the gravel area, the track's elevation difference, and the drainage system at Turn 7. We received reports from several riders that the gravel surface was too hard. Rider safety remains our top priority, read the FIM statement. Marc Márquez is currently recovering at a renowned sports clinic in Madrid, a facility frequently used by many elite Spanish athletes. Following the Mandelica incident that left him with minor shoulder and wrist injuries, Marquez is reportedly fully focused on a rehabilitation program specially designed by the Ducati medical team. According to internal sources, Marquez is undergoing intensive physiotherapy sessions 3 times a day, including water therapy and mobility exercises to speed up muscle recovery. The Ducati team is confident that the 8-time world champion will return to racing in time for the final race in Valencia. Marc is a true fighter. He never gives up, even in difficult times like these. Our focus now is to ensure he fully recovers before the final race, Davide Tardossi told DAZN Spain optimistically. Meanwhile, Ducati has confirmed that Enea Bastianini will replace Marquez for the next 2 races. This decision was made to give Marquez the maximum amount of time to recover, without the pressure of returning to the track before he is fully ready. Bezzecchi is now under immense pressure. The Italian media has slammed him with harsh headlines such as "the mistake that changed the season" and "one slip that cost 2 stars." However, the rider remains humble. "I know many are angry, but I won't shirk responsibility. I learned a lot from this," he said in an interview. Aprilia has also given its full moral support to Bezzecchi. Rivola confirmed that Bezzecchi will not face any internal sanctions. Will Marc Márquez return stronger in Valencia? Will Marco Bezzecchi be able to redeem himself in the eyes of the public and his rivals? Leave your thoughts below.